and I put the Eon patches on my belly and the X39 on my back, just like I saw it in the instructions. And I guess maybe in about 4 days, I started not having as much pain. Now we're talking about pain that the only thing that would relieve it would be high milligrams of anti-inflammatory drugs, which I could no longer take because it was bothering my kidneys. Um, but after taking the patches for a few days, I noticed I no longer needed to sit on the edge of the bed, inch myself out, stand on my legs before I could start walking. I could just get up out of the bed and start walking and going about my business. I stopped having the pain in the middle of the night, so I was able to get a good night's sleep. And on top of that, I no longer have to worry about taking any pain medications. I still take a Tylenol here and there. It's not totally gone away, but taking that high dose 500 milligram tablets every 4 to 6 hours has now dropped down to occasionally, when I need it, 2 tablets once a day. So it's really been a real benefit for me with these patches, to the point now where I'm ready to put that surgery off. I'm not discussing surgery right now because the main reason I went was because it was interfering with my lifestyle and not allowing me to get around, and that's not an issue for me anymore. So the patches have really, really, really changed the way I live my life. So
Hi everybody. I'm Bill, Debbie's husband. I, my, Dr. Ray also turned me on to the patches, and I had a problem with my lower back. Actually, my whole entire body. My lower back was so bad. I have a curvature in it, and I bend forward mostly, and I walk with a cane. The doctor said I had 4 different locations that had to be operated on. I had problems with my shoulders because I torn both my rotators. I got 5 titanium hooks in my right shoulder. So, and I had problems, with my balance. So I fell a lot. I hurt my left knee and my right knee, but mostly my left knee for multiple times of falling. Uh, they couldn't find anything wrong except that my ligaments have been damaged and bruised. So I tried out the patches. I was, skeptic.
mhm.
I put X39 on my the base of my neck, and I put the Eon on my base of my spine, and I put the Ice Wave on the white one on the right side of my spine, and that's midway of my back, and the brown one on the left side. I see a tremendous difference in the way I feel. I can stand up straight. I don't walk with a cane. I mean, I can't demonstrate it in front of you because I don't have my camera outward, but I don't walk bent over no more. I used to look like I was looking for money. I walked into my church. After 1 week, I went there. I was bent over. I tried these patches. Within 4 days, I was able to stand up and walk. The following Sunday, I walked into church, and some of the ministers and deacons saw me, and they grabbed me at the door. They pushed me up towards the front, said, I got to do a testimony. I said, okay, okay. And I got up there. The pastor said, you got 30 seconds. I said, 30 seconds. He kept putting the mic in front of my face. I finally got up. I didn't have much time to talk. And I told him, I said, I came across something, and I know this is spiritual. I said, because it came at a right time. So what I did was I just took off. I ran. And they couldn't believe it. First, they couldn't believe the fact I was standing up. The pastor said, I didn't know that you were that tall. I'm feeling great. I can move my arms up and down. I can move around. I mean, like I said, I can't stand for you. I can't run right now, but all of this is in a short period of time. So now it's 21 days since we've been in it. I
Mhm.
could run across the street.
Mhm.
I couldn't do that before. I had to shuffle and wait for the traffic.
Mhm.
If you guys see me before and after, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. And he couldn't lift his arms higher than this,
And I
but
couldn't
now he
move it
can.
around.
Yeah, he couldn't do that at all because of the rotator cuff. So we were sold. It was There were no other questions. When I first looked at it, I said, no, we got to investigate this. I went to look for the science of it. I never heard of LifeWave. I never heard of light therapy. We never heard of any of that. So I did the investigating, but I told Dr. Ray we were going to put it on him. And if it worked for him, then we were in. And it was no question. When he showed me this, look, Debbie, look at this. I said, that's it for us. We're in.
I'm the test subject. How about that?
And share with you guys, and I asked you earlier today, how old are you guys?
I'm
Everyone,
7, and
And
she's
I'm
65.
65.
that's amazing. And, you know, just what, 3 weeks on this technology, and we're talking about quality of life. And when you told me that you walked with a cane and your back was, it was so painful, you were kind of curved over and you constantly looked down. You couldn't even look up at people. And now you stand 6 foot tall, 2 inches taller than what you were, and you can look at people in the eye and talk to them.
Mhm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's
whole
huge.
church
Very
went
short
crazy.
amount of time.
The church went crazy. I mean,
It is really a game changer for him because before he couldn't even shave the back of his head without bending down into the sink like that. Now he can do it normally, and just to be able to walk standing up as opposed to walking with a cane to hold him up is a tremendous game changer for us. And they were talking about that surgery on his spine, and we really, really did not want to do that because his father had the same surgery, and there were 2 surgeries they did, and he lived the last 10 years of his life he lived in a wheelchair.
Mm.
could I say one last thing? I was with my mother down in Virginia, and we went into Walmart's, and we were walking together. I had my cane, she had hers. I'm bending over, and somebody walked up. This guy said, "You two make a nice couple." I said, "Oh, this is my mother. My mother's 97, going on 98." Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I love that. Thank you both so much for coming on and sharing your story. I know it's resonated with people on the call tonight. So, and we definitely will have you back in the next few months to see what other amazing testimony you will be able to share with us. So thank you. All right, Miss Beamy, I'm going to toss it back over to you and you can interview Miss Suzanne.
all right. That was amazing testimonials. Thank you guys for sharing that. I just love these kind of quality changes of life. I mean, just you're a whole different person. So now we're going to bring on Suzanne Paris. She is a professional musician. She's a singer, songwriter, and guitarist. And just to name a few drop names, because I always love people in the music business. She's an amazing woman. But she's 65 years young, but she's played with John Denver when he was around, Michael Bolton, Dave Mason, and even Bo Diddley. And that goes way back, right? So we want to welcome Suzanne, and she's also just been on the patches a small amount of time, I think less than a month. So Suzanne, tell us what was going on, what happened, how you found the patches, and now what's happening in your life.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you. I guess this is the 3-week person's testimonials because that's about how long I've been on it, too. Maybe a little longer, maybe 3.5. Anyway, what happened with me is I had a little injury happen out of the blue. I was walking my dog, a Saint Bernard. She weighs about 100 pounds. She was playing with another dog. We were at the park. I was talking with a girlfriend. I bent over to pick up the ball, and my girlfriend said, "Oh my God, move, move." You know, the dogs were coming like 100 miles an hour because they were having fun playing. Well, they ran into my knee just below my knee, and they fractured my tibia, which is the larger of the 2 bones below your knee, and dislocated it. So I was just, bending over to pick up the ball, and I was just like went straight over. And I was like, oh no, man, this is bad. So, went to the ambulance came, took me to the hospital. The doctor told me what was up. And 2 days later, I was in surgery and in a lot of pain. And the pain after the surgery was unbelievable. I've never been so hurt in my life. And I've never had so many drugs in my body either. Besides the stuff they used to put you under, just the pain, the amount of painkiller that it took just to be able to function was just unbearable. Literally, I couldn't eat for about 2 weeks at all afterwards. And it was bad. So I was just completely, 1 second and my whole life changed. As I'm a very, very active person. I'm also a Pilates instructor in the daytime, and I know about movement and the bodies and how things heal. I help people with injuries every day. So all of a sudden, I'm just in bed for 3 months. And
Let me just ask you one thing. Tell us what they put in your leg when they did the operation, because this was pretty.
Oh yeah.
Neat.
In order to stabilize the bones and move them back to where they had to go, they had to put 2 large brackets, like literally about that size, on either side of my right knee, and a bunch of screws to hold it in place. And that stuff stays in there. It's a lot of metal. I saw the pictures. I didn't even think it was going to look like that. It looks like Frankenstein pictures. So that stays in there, and what happened next was, well, first I couldn't do a thing for 2 months, 2.5 months, and my mother actually she lives in Texas, in Fort Worth, and she actually 2 days after I got injured had a stroke. So I'm just freaking out because I want to go there, and I can't walk, I can't leave, I couldn't go there. So I'm just really trying to get better, and I put a post on Facebook. I don't usually do things like that, but this was kind of like just to let people know where I was. And my friend Peter Sterling, who's a musician friend of mine I've known a long time, maybe 38 years, we keep in touch. He wrote me out of the blue and said, hey, I saw you were injured, and listen, I have something that might help your body heal faster. And I'm like, really? Yes, please send it. And he mentioned stem cell therapy. And, at the time, I wasn't really even sure what he was sending me, but the words, light therapy, stem cells. And I'm like, yes, I want to see it. And he sent it. And so I was excited to try it. I first used the patches under my belly button. The very first day, I didn't feel anything the first day, wasn't really thinking about it. The second day, I don't know if I felt anything at all, but Peter checked in with me that night. And he said, so do you feel anything? And I said, I can't really say I do, but one thing I do notice is that my cognition is better tonight, because for the first time since I've gotten hurt, I, have gotten some things done, like, some paperwork. And so I have noticed that. I go, I'll let you know. And so the third day came, and I felt better the third day. Like, it was kind of like this low sort of steady energy that I hadn't felt in a long time. And again, I was inspired to, hobble around in my crutches and try to get something done, I'm usually a very high energy person too, so it's frustrating for me. And Peter called again. Wait, that was before I left. Then I finally was feeling good enough, because I was about to be able to not have to use my crutches so that I could travel and get on an airplane. So I took the patches for 2 more days, and by the 4th day, I was sure I felt something. And I was really excited. I'm like, I want to do this. I want to get these. And then there was a gap of time because I was trying to travel. And so I made sure I got the patches before I had to leave. And I traveled to Texas. and had the patches with me. And can you guys still hear me? Because my phone is, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got on an airplane. I just got my patches in the mail, and I was in Texas for 2.5 weeks, and it was really stressful because my mom needed help, and I was walking on my leg. I really shouldn't have been, and it wasn't that happy with me, my leg, because it was stressful. But the patches, I really think, got me through it. But then this weird thing happened. A big rainstorm came in, and I forgot how Texas rain is. And I always loved those storms in the past, But this time, when that storm came in, I noticed my knee really started to hurt. That metal, I could feel it in my knee. And I really didn't feel it before that. And I was like, oh my God, this is weird. And it occurred to me, hey, why don't I put the patch right on the impact of where my dog hit me? And so I did that. And that morning, I was like, I'm going to try that. And by that evening, the pain was gone on that side of my knee. And then it was still painful on the other side. So I put the patch on the other side the next morning, and it was gone, like before nighttime. And I was like, this is amazing. I'm blown away. So I was real excited to get back home and start working on sharing this with other people. And that's what I've started to do now. So
what happened with your doctors? What did the doctor tell you?
Oh, that's right.
This is the big ending. How can you forget the ending?
Because I feel like I'm talking too long.
Yeah, let's quickly get to the ending. Okay.
Yeah, let's quickly okay. So here I am at the end of my stay. I figure out about the patches, put them on my knee, and and then I have to catch a plane the next morning. I hardly slept at all that night. I was stressed out. I traveled for 3 hours on the plane. I traveled for 4 hours in a car, and I went straight to my physical therapist for her to work on my knee to see how it was going to bend. And I was real nervous about it because the next day I had to see my doctor, and both of them wanted my knee to bend to a certain degree, or else they were going to do another procedure, put me under, and the doctor was going to bend it back himself. And I was really trying to avoid that. I did my exercises every day, and I know how important that is. Anyway, those patches helped me bend my knee more. When the pain got taken away, the inflammation went down, and all of a sudden my knee was bending. It was like I gained so much more movement, and so I was really excited to show up, especially after traveling that many hours, and going straight in there. And, my physical therapist was like, whoa, this is amazing. You're bending so well. I'm so proud of you. You did really well. And she goes, oh, what's that? And I go, it's these patches. These stem cell activator patches. I don't even know exactly what they're called, but they're working. And she goes, wow. And so I said, yeah, I can't wait to see the doctor tomorrow to see what he thinks. And so when I saw him, he was really impressed. He just said, wow, this is great. You're not going to have to do that next procedure. And I'm really proud of you. And I'm amazed. He said it twice.
So that is an incredible story. A turnaround just like that, from taking the inflammation down, which we know the patch assists in helping the body do that. So you avoided a whole nother procedure, which would have been painful, more drugs and everything. So, and it's less than a month. So we're super happy to hear these kind of results similar to what the chaplains had. So we'll have you back and follow up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens over time.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. So folks, amazing results that you hear from, we happen to have similar things tonight. We never know how that turns out, but this is what is making the difference. This little paper-thin wearable technology. It looks like a Band-Aid, right? And it's non-transdermal, and it has no ingredients. So people say, well, how does it work? And this is what I'm going to share with you, a very simple explanation of this technology. Inside of here is a blend of nano organic crystals, which are made of amino acids, salt, sugar, and water. And these are grown in a lab. And it forms this crystal lattice inside of here that absorbs and traps the body's infrared light that's emitting. So when you put it on, the light hits that lattice and it's like a reflection back into the body. And that infrared spectrum wave goes to work right away, and it elevates what's called the GHK copper peptide. See, it starts to set up this communication pathway for the body because that light is triggering a biochemical change in the receptors in the cells of the body. So to be clear, the patches are not healing. The patches give the body the right communication for the body to heal itself. So this wavelength starts to elevate within 48 hours over 4,000 genes. And then it starts repairing the DNA. But most importantly, it will start to activate the body to make younger, pluripotent stem cells. And these are intelligent stem cells. That's what that means. And they know exactly where to go where there is dysfunction, just like you heard tonight. Inflammation is dysfunction in the body. And getting the inflammation down is super important so that the production of stem cells can be very effective, because inflammation actually hurts the production of stem cell activity. This whole process that I just described is called photobiomodulation, which is a big word for light therapy. So how do you wear this? We suggest that you wear it 12 hours on, usually during the day, and drink plenty of water and take a good mineral supplement, because this is going to increase your energy. It's going to give you more vibrance, and you're going to feel more energetic. So you don't want to do that at night. And then you take it off at night, because at night your body is naturally repairing. So that's, on during the day, off during the night. And what we have found is that 50% of the people experience results right away. Like Suzanne did within a few days. And 50% of the people, it takes longer, anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 months. So that's why we recommend a 90-day protocol to get the full healing going. So another statistic that you're going to enjoy is that the reason your body needs these patches so desperately is that after age 35, you've lost about 50% of your ability to make younger stem cells and for the GHK production, copper peptide. So you've got this double whammy happening that is diminishing at the same time. But when you put the patch on, it's like, whoop, turning the light switch on. And then the body is starting to go into what we call age reversal. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Leah, because this is how the science works. And Leah's going to talk about the company and how you can get your hands on this product.
Thank you so much. That was such a great explanation, Mimi. All right, you guys, we want to share with you, I know you're probably wondering, why have you not heard of this technology? Well, LifeWave is actually, believe it or not, we are celebrating 20 years this year. The inventor, the owner, the visionary behind this technology, David Schmidt started this company back in 2004, you guys, because of the U.S. Navy SEALs. He had done work in the late 90s and the early 2000s with the Department of the Defense on the mini submarine design and breathing apparatuses or survival equipment. And they came back to him in 2004 and said, we need something that will help the Navy SEALs stay awake on long missions, keep their mental clarity high, stamina and endurance high. You guys, they were having to stay awake for 30 to 60 hours. And that's really a long time for your body not to be in repair and regeneration mode. And so David went to work. They were using caffeine, amphetamines, different things to stay awake. And they were starting to see a breakdown in the nervous system as well as the neurological and vascular system. So David invented his first patch called Energy Enhancer Patch. And that patch has made it all the way up to the Olympic Trial Committee. They actually tested that. You may have remembered the '08 Beijing Summer Olympics where the men swept all the gold. The Energy Enhancer Patch was what Michael Phelps was wearing that the U.S. Olympic Committee tested, and of course came back and said there was nothing going into the body. So over the course of those 18 years, David has developed other patches that the person that invited you can share with you some of the different patches and some of the different things that they do in the body. But the X39, when we talk about how we get that, you can buy it two ways. You can buy it wholesale or buy it retail. If you want to pay retail, great. It's $150 for a month supply. Now, if you want to save some money, look at some of the wholesale pack options. You can knock that unit price down as low as $99, even down as low as $84. When we talk about giving it that 90-day, minimum try, but look at 1 month for every decade of life. So get back with the person that invited you. Have them share with you the health tracker. Have them share with you the patching summary so you can look at all of the different patches, and then the different pack, the wholesale pack options if that's what you choose. And you can mix and match within those wholesale packs. You don't have to get just one patch. You might want to try a couple different ones. But get back with the person that invited you. And remember that we do these patching podcast calls every night. Tomorrow we've got a call with Dr. Stacy that we do at 8 o'clock Eastern, where it's more of a Q&A. She's going to dig into the science a little bit deeper than Beamy and I had time to do tonight, and then she answers Q&A for about the last 30 minutes. So it's another great way to learn more about this technology and see if it's something that you want to try to help improve your quality of life, because that's what we all want here. We want the best quality of life for as long as we are blessed to be on this earth. So with that, Beamy, I'll let you close us out, girl.
Okay. I thank you for sharing all that. It's just amazing information what this company contributes to the world. And so I want you guys to just think, who do you know that's suffering? Who do you know that's having pain and discomfort? Because what we have here is an incredible solution that not only will help you, but you can also share with your friends and family. So you may want to put your business hat on too when you're talking to the person that invited you, because you can find a way to get your product for free, make a little extra income. I think everybody can appreciate extra income these days. You never know. So we have wealth and we have health. And LifeWave is here to make a significant difference in the quality of your life. And both of those things go together. So thank you again for your time tonight, and thank our guests for sharing. And Leah, thank you. We had a great time together. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Great team, great call.
Recording stopped.
Great call. Thank you for sharing.
Bye.